Dragonslayer, we've been waiting for you for quite some time. How's your progress in collecting the dragon remains? Grand Wizard? Are you referring to Utior? Let's discuss this in private instead. In any case, it's great that you were able to seal up the dragon remains. Thank you for your contributions, Dragonslayer. Now, it's time for us to discuss our next move. During the Dragonslayer's absence, I analyzed the situation with Commander Kamari and Chief Eric, and we devised some preliminary plans. Commander Kamari?
Yes, Your Highness. According to what we currently know, Grishnar and his main army have occupied Sunset Outpost and Wolf Keep. Given their savage and impatient nature, their next move will surely be to push further east and invade Lumina. The situation is far from optimistic, but it has granted us an opportunity. The Bloodfang stronghold is based in Korra's Ku, in the Old Highlands, and they are currently not heavily guarded.
So if we launch a preemptive attack and seize their stronghold, we can strike Grishnar from the rear and prevent the orcs from advancing east.
You may be right, Dragonslayer, but we're out of options at the moment. No matter what, we soldiers of the Empire will never yield another inch.
Though Grishnar's strength is formidable, we now have two worthy knights, the Ridge Halflings, and the Dragonslayer on our side. Our chances of victory grow by the minute.
Yes, I'll rally a group of my fellow tribespeople to support you. With such a crisis going on, no one can ignore it any longer. If we don't stop Grishnar soon, the entire Empire, and even Adenthia, will suffer the consequences.
No words can convey my gratitude, Chief Eric.
We Ridge Halflings have shared a profound friendship with humans for ages. It is our duty to uphold it, Your Highness. However, there's still something I'm a little worried about. I suspect that Grishnar's occupation of Wolf Keep goes beyond just being an invasion. I believe he harbors other intentions.
You're saying...
Perhaps the esteemed Knight Order of Dragonblood is already aware. There's a portal beside Wolf Keep, left behind from an ancient war.
You're right. However, from what I know, that portal should have been destroyed centuries ago.
No. It has only been deactivated. With sufficiently powerful magic, it can be reactivated again. Though extremely challenging, it's not impossible. This is where the problem lies. That portal was constructed by the wizards of the ancient empire, and was originally intended to link Wolf Keep with Dragon's Eyrie.
What? You mean... But I've never heard of this before.
It seems like someone concealed this information on purpose. Fortunately, the Ridge Halfling chiefs have ensured that it passed down the generations, through our oral history.
If that's true, then we must move now. If we don't stop Grishnar from activating the portal in time, the Empire will be in grave danger.
According to our plan, if we want to seize Korra's Ku directly, we must first travel through Magmont Path. However, there's a band of orcs guarding that area. Though they're not as powerful as Grishnar, we must still deal with them cautiously.
Still, it'll be overly conspicuous if a troop of large forces passes through. If possible, Dragonslayer, we'd like you to venture ahead and assess the situation at the Shrieking Defile first.
My tribespeople have spotted orc scouts lurking there before. To err on the side of caution, we can gather information from those scouts first.
Wonderful. We await your news, Dragonslayer. Our forces will be right on your tail.
awesome! Shiny bubbles!
The wind howls between the statues of the shrieking defile. You hold your breath as you soak up your surroundings. Suddenly, you hear a suspicious scuffling noise from the bushes ahead, as if someone is lurking there.
You're wrong. There's nobody here. Hero, have mercy! I'm just a regular villager that's passing by. Good grief. You reckon we want to fight for that lunatic Grishnar? I just want a full stomach. So just leave me be. I know that someone like you has no urge to get entangled in such a mess. Isn't that right? Ha! You're trapped, imbecile. Take this. Oh no! Drat! I didn't expect you to be so tough! Come on! Dispose of me as you please! Oh, I get it. You have no lust for the kill, am I right? Hehe, that's it. You're catching on. Come on, let's hear your questions. Oh, that's all you want to know? Put it this way. Grishnar may be rash, but he's no fool. He took the main force out earlier, but that doesn't mean the place is deserted. He left Centurion Shagrol to guard the path, one of the Bloodfang's mightiest warriors. His subordinates are with him, as well as his longtime comrades in arms. Anyway, you can't say I didn't warn you. Shagrol has a talent for spearheading battle, it seems. You'd be wise to watch out for bunkers. If you can't take them out with a catapult first, you'll be hard-pressed to beat them in a fight. Anyway, you can't say I didn't warn you. Shagrol has a talent for spearheading. Why would you ask that? Does that mean you actually intend to kill off Grishnar? You should get your head out of the clouds. If you'd suggested it before, I'd have rallied for it. But now, I'm afraid no one can stop him. The day that woman in red suddenly appeared, we all knew it was nothing good. Only Grishnar and his lot were pleased to see that wretch. Don't ask me, I've no clue. I only know this. Grishnar has always been unhinged, but since she showed up, he's become a whole other being. None of the tribesfolk would dare defy him now. I've nothing more to tell you. And after telling you all that, I doubt I'll have much life left to live when I return. So, there you have it. You and I, we've never met, understood?
You wait silently at the path's entrance. Before long, the sound of uniform, quiet footfall approaches from the distance. The princess has arrived with her troops.
Kept you waiting, Dragonslayer! It's just as Commander Kamari and Chief Eric stated. This mountain path gives the orcs the high ground. But the terrain does afford our forces the benefits of stealth. The orcs do not appear to have detected our approach, which makes for a convenient surprise strike later. How fare you, Dragonslayer? What of your investigation? Does this stronghold warrant any special caution? The very fact that Grishnar has come so far proves he is no mere churl.
We should still exercise caution. Though the orcs are reckless, that doesn't mean they are unskilled in combat.
Precisely. We will not make the same mistake again. I see. Warriors, make ready. As for you, Dragonslayer, I realize you are accustomed to fighting solo, so we shan't hinder you. You have the greatest strength of any among us, so if you would, I ask you to target the garrison leader directly. Of course, we will stand and fight alongside you. Well, Dragonslayer, ready to go? Excellent. Well then. Soldiers, prepare to strike!
At the princess's command, the Imperial Knights swiftly and systematically descended upon the Magmont Path. Here begins the battle to take the orcs' base camp.
With me here, you'll not take a single step further. Die, Imperial lapdogs!
am here. Frost and snow.
These crystal
My
beauties!
call.
Aye!
Worry not. Frost and snow. Heed
These crystal
Call.
beauties! Aye!
Worry not. I am here. Frost and snow. Heed my call.
These crystal beauties! Aye!
Worry not. I am here.
Killing spree!
I never expected defeat at the hands of Imperial lapdogs. So, you're the But don't rejoice too soon, Imperial underlings. The Chief is different from before. He'll kill you all. Every single one. When the time comes, none shall escape.
Dragonslayer! You did it! Our troops were already dominating, so once Shagrol was vanquished, the enemy's remaining forces simply collapsed. This makes the Bloodfang base camp an easy mark. We'll reconvene at Korra's Coup later on, Dragonslayer.
Shortly after, the remaining Orc soldiers were entirely routed, the Imperial army scoring a resounding victory. Magmont Path has once again regained its usual bleak serenity.
Wow, how beautiful. I've never seen such a view on the Crescent Islands.
Shiny bubbles!
Wow, I love this.
you're here, Dragon Slayer.
Our hero. Everyone's abuzz with tales of your gallantry.
Quite so. We've won the battle, but the war yet teeters on a knife's edge. In a word, we may occupy Korazku now, but it is no place for long-term settlement. The Orcs' main army is still assembled at Wolf Keep and the Sunset Outpost. We must advance quickly to halt them. But our forces need time to regroup, and these Orcs we've captured need to be safely incarcerated, lest they leak our plan of attack. Meanwhile, to the best of our knowledge, a chunk of dragon remains is buried in Sinner's Swamp on the Old Highlands. Exactly. You're the only one who can finish it. Before we launch an assault on Grishnar, we have to ensure he doesn't absorb any more dragon remains. But according to the soldiers' reports, there seems to be a strange magic nexus obstructing the entrance to Sinner's Swamp, and no one can get in.
We captured an orc wizard called Dench. He's Grishnar's confidant, and apparently rather well versed in black magic. Sinner's Swamp isn't far off from the orcs' territory, and it's likely that they're eyeing the dragon remains there as well. Thus, I think he might know something about how to get inside Sinner's Swamp.
Precisely. At this very moment, Chief Eric is at the Korazku altar, attempting an interrogation. I hope that you can assist in the interrogation, Dragon Slayer. Additionally, I think we can also take this opportunity to tease out the origin of Grishnar's power. We're about to confront Grishnar. Given our previous failures, we need to refine our counterattacks before we strike. Besides which, I'm concerned about the portal Chief Eric mentioned earlier. Perhaps we might learn of Grishnar's marching plans from that orc as well. Good. Once preparations are made, we march for Wolf Keep. There's one more thing, Dragon Slayer. It's about what I mentioned before. About the capture of some of the soldiers after their defeat in the battle at the Sunset Outpost. When we took Korazku, my soldiers discovered Knights of the Order of Platinum being held captive. We freed those we found, but some are still missing. And Clovis is one of them. I have a bad feeling about this. If possible, could you please keep an eye out for Clovis's whereabouts? Wonderful. In any case, please exercise great caution.
Oh, Dragon Slayer, you're here.
Huh? Dragon Slayer? Oh, hey! It's you! We're old buddies!
You know each other.
Of course! We've got a history together! I guess if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be in this mess too, right? I'm only following orders. Otherwise, why would I come all the way to your territory? By the way, you did me a great disservice. Now, if it weren't for your troublemaking, I would have gotten what I needed, and Grishnar would never have thrown me into this forsaken place. Oh, speaking of which, would you happen to know Halfling? You know the sealed dragon remains? That forbidden thing? We had to sacrifice living folks just to obtain them. And this Dragon Slayer right here can get them with just a flick of a finger. I dare say, between you and Grishnar, maybe the real monster is you. By the way, have you never tried to use that power? Look at Krishna! That guy's using it beautifully! There's no need to rush. After all, there isn't any shame in admitting that you crave power, is there?
Don't waste your breath, Orc. The Dragon Slayer is not as despicable as you believe. You're more devious than I thought, saying all these without revealing a hint of the information we want. It's time to switch it up. Dragon Slayer?
I've met plenty of people who can only talk the talk. You'd better show me something real, Dragon Slayer. Stop wasting your energy. It's not that easy to get information from me. Didn't you claim to have a solution? Come try it on me, if you dare. You do know how to negotiate, at least. Unlike that halfling dolt over there. That's right, it's what I'm thinking about. I'll work for those who offer me better benefits. But I'm a rather cautious one. I'm an orc, you see. So how can I trust you Empire lot so easily? Sure. I can tell that you're for real now. But first, I'm doing this not because I'm afraid of the Dragonheir Empire's tactics, but only because I'm cooperating with you for the time being. Come, ask me any questions you like. Come on, stop pretending that you're clueless. Don't you already know by now? That's the power of dragons. 500 years ago, Violet Dragon Grumog fell onto South Adenthia. He was not a superior dragon god by any means, but the power he possessed was still enough for him to lord over all mortals. That's the power of dragons. 500 years have allowed the dragon's corpse to form concentrated crystals with the dragon god's power infused within. But obviously, this wasn't something that any mortal could simply touch. Thus, Grishnar paid a price when he absorbed this power. The black magic of living sacrifice. This was the only way that the dragon remains could be extracted from its seal for his use. That's right, but that's not all. It's one thing to break the seal, but it's another thing to be able to use it. Grishnar wasn't always this unhinged. The dragon remains changed him, eroded his mind, and seized his soul. And this is just the beginning. He touched something that is taboo to mortals, and transgressed the worldly principles. In the long run, this will surely cause an even bigger catastrophe, which none of us can escape. And this is just the beginning. He doesn't have a plan. He wants to kill every single one of you. That's his plan. Oh, but I seem to have unintentionally tipped him off to the existence of a portal in Wolf Keep that leads directly to Dragonheir. Although the portal is deactivated, it won't be long before Grishnar revives it completely, based on the power he holds currently. When that happens, there won't be a fair fight. When Grishnar swarms towards you with his group of orcs, the empire you're so proud of will be no more! What? Haven't I told you enough? Dragon remains are right there, and whoever has the means can go over and take it. Simple as that! There's nothing more I can say. Leave me alone.
Obviously, Dench is still trying to hide something. But if you don't have anything on him, it's going to be hard getting him to talk.
That seems to be about it. There's probably no way to get any more information out of him regarding Grishnar. But it's enough to prepare for our next steps. I've also got a rough idea as to what methods we should employ. But we have a more pressing matter at hand.
What? I've told you all I can say. What more do you want? Oh. I see. You too covet the dragon remains there. Am I wrong? And still you say you don't want that power? Yet I find you way more aggressive than everyone else, Dragon Slayer.
Enough nonsense, Orc. Do you know the way to Sinner Swamp or not?
All right. At this point, I'm not going to bother resisting anymore. Earlier, I used magic to seal the entrance to the swamp, so no one could reach it. I used a secret spell from Hypogene District. There's probably no one else who could undo it but me.
You're saying that if we want to go to Sinner Swamp, we have to bring you there as well?
Absolutely. Should you wish to try it yourselves, I won't stop you, but as a good reminder. Before you Imperials got here, Grishnar had sent some underlings there to perform the black magic ritual for the dragon remains. As for what materials are needed for that black magic, Dragon Slayer, I think you should know very well. Well, what do you know? Grishnar just so happens to have tons of fine material to hand. What better sacrifices could there be than Imperial Knights, eh?
This is bad. Those missing knights the princess mentioned, they may have been taken as sacrifices for black magic.
So, if you want to save those knights, I urge you to act fast! Otherwise, you'll be left with nothing but cold bodies!
Now what, Dragon Slayer? You're right. Time is of the essence. I will take this orc with me, given the circumstances. Let's rendezvous at the entrance to Sinner Swamp.